what is Philly Drinkers? What are you guys? And I've always struggled to answer the question because I always hated the idea of saying like, we're just a t-shirt company, because everyone's a t-shirt company. Everyone has t-shirts. And so over the years, I've kind of just probably confused people, but my answer to this question over the years at Beer Fest and different pop-up events has always been, we're Philly Drinkers. We just like to party. We like to have a good time. And sometimes we print shirts for people and other businesses. My name is Alex Einhorn, the founder of Philly Drinkers, LLC. Started the company in 2017. We specialize in Philly sports and culture, custom apparel, retail. We do a lot of fun designs. In 2016, I was working for a professional baseball team here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the Lancaster Barnstormers. I was an assistant in the production department, doing a lot of the game scripts, doing a lot of the between inning promotions, doing some graphics for the video board. I was in a situation actually 2 weeks before the season started where we had an employee leave and I had to take over for him, which involved me learning Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, a lot of video editing. And then when the off season came in minor league baseball, I was doing a lot of more office administrative work. However, I had these new skills, these new production, design, creative skills, and I really had nowhere to hone that craft and learn how to get better. And so what I did was I started Philly Drinkers without even really knowing that I started it. It wasn't called that yet. I started doing Philadelphia 76ers designs, posting them online on websites like Amazon, Redbubble, TeePublic, and we got really lucky. 2017, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I remember waking up one morning and I had a funny Super Bowl design of Jason Kelce's Super Bowl speech. And I remember waking up one morning and checking my email and seeing that we had sold like 2,000 t-shirts overnight. And even though I was just selling the royalties, I was making like between $2 and $4 a shirt, as opposed to what we would make now producing everything in-house. But I remember that morning when I woke up and seeing that we had sold 2,000 shirts in like 8 hours and thinking, okay, maybe there's something here. The name Philly Drinkers for the company is kind of a funny story. In 2017, I didn't really have a name for the company, and I just kind of came up with something very simple. I think it was just called Philadelphia Tees. That was the unofficial company name that we went by on social media and online, just Philadelphia Tees. And then sometime in 2017, 2018, I was working on a few new designs to sell online, and we had a t-shirt that was meant to be, we had a design that was meant to be a t-shirt for people that were on the Philly drinking team, as if drinking was a sport, which kind of went along with the culture. And I remember the design was just Philly Drinkers, and it was meant to look like a team uniform. And I spent a couple weeks looking at it. And I remember having the realization one day, like, Philly Drinkers, maybe that is the company name. And so it took a couple weeks to kind of finalize a logo, and that's when we just changed it. In 2018 through 19, I was the one, printing the shirts, packing all the bags, putting shipping labels on every order, writing notes to every customer, shipping it out. Fortunate now in 2023 that I've been able to have a team involved. Our design concepts for our apparel and other items come from a lot of different places, a lot of different inspiration sources. When we first started the company, something that we noticed, being big time sports fans and wanting to support our teams when good things happen, winning championships, winning big games, something that we've noticed with officially licensed products from your favorite brands, whether it's Nike or Fanatics or the team itself. These are all great products and we still buy and wear them all the time. But something that we noticed that really led to Philly Drinkers taking off is that the approval process and the length of time for different things to come out just takes a long time. It takes a very long time, and diehard fans want things when they want things. They want them right away. And so obviously when a team wins a championship, you can buy stuff online the next day. But when there's a big viral Philly moment, if it's Jason Kelce making the Super Bowl speech, if it's a fan flicking off a ref at a Sixers game, right? Nike's not gonna create a t-shirt of a fan giving the middle finger to a ref or a player. They're just not. And so something that we capitalize on at Philly Drinkers is if there's a big viral moment in Philly sports or just Philly culture in general, we can work with our designers and we can turn out a design within 24 to 48 hours and then print it and boom, it's available online and in store within 7 days or less of that event happening. And that really gives us an edge. One of the main demographics that we targeted early on when I took the company full time and even before that was, how do we, now that we are Philly drinkers and we have a theme and people know who we are, how do we work with breweries? In 2021, we partnered with Funk Brewing Company in Elizabethtown and Emmaus, Pennsylvania on a collaboration beer called the Lon Jon IPA. This was a beer that we teamed up with Funk Brewing in the summer of 2021 as our first annual Philly Drinkers beer collaboration. We designed the can label. We helped with the flavor profile of the beer itself. In 2022, we launched the Lon Jon 2.0 IPA. So this beer was essentially the same flavor profile-wise, beer-wise, as the 2021 beer, which sold really well, but with a different can label, which Philly Drinkers does on our own. So we do the can label, Philly-themed can label, lots of different things to take in, from Philly sports, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a lot of fun Philly-themed characters. I think what attracted me so much to the Philadelphia sports fan base and culture is really just the loyalty and the passion that the fan base has for all of the sports teams in Philadelphia. I know that a lot of time Philly sports fans get a bad rap, and everyone's seen all the big viral moments, climbing poles, getting in fights maybe, throwing snowballs at Santa Claus at Eagles games. And, I think when you really break it down to its core as someone who's been a Philly sports fan for a long time, the passion for Philly sports from people who love these teams and these players, the passion is just so strong that sometimes I think it's easy to only see from an outsider like that aggressive side. But really deep down, it's Philly sports fans, as much as we and they might argue with each other over certain things, it's such a family, it's such a community, because at the end of the day, it's more than just being a fan. It's more than just wanting the Phillies or the Eagles or the Flyers or the Sixers to win. It's seeing it as so much more than just a game. It's something that you have faith in and that you believe in, that you have no control over. And I think there's something really powerful about putting your faith in something that you can't control, believing in something that is bigger than you. And I think that's what being a Philadelphia sports fan is all about. It's cool that, this company has gone from a fun little side hustle to something that supports me and is a full-time business. And we employ other people, which is probably the coolest thing. And we work with great partners. But at the end of the day, the company will always be about just having fun. It'll never feel like work. As I get older and our employees get older and our demographic of people we sell to gets older, it's always been less about the shirts and less about the money and less about the designs, more about the culture and the mission, which is, you're never too old, you're never too adult, you're never too professional to have to, lock yourself into one way of living your life. And I say that because a lot of the demographic that we sell to online and in our storefronts and what have you, and brewery owners, it's people that are adults and they have responsibilities and they have kids and they have college degrees and they have businesses and they have a lot of things on their plate, but there's nothing that says you can't do that well and handle that. And also party 3 to 4 days a week too. And that's always been what Philly Drinkers has been about. Can we balance having that lifestyle and partying and having fun, but taking your job seriously and being a professional and working doesn't have to be one or the other. And that's what Philly Drinkers has always been about, finding that balance.